All right, first I would like to apologize to everyone that has subscribed or watched the videos. There hasn't been any follow-up information, and there's a really good reason for that. I went to the district court and was convicted by the judge. However, the hearing was little more than a kangaroo hearing. There were several court proceeding violations as well as other things that happened in the court. I was yelled at. I was asked repeatedly in a very aggressive and belittling way if I was dumb. The police, who are the prosecutors in this particular case, had a meeting with the judge prior to me getting to the court and came out when I got there and offered to give me the lowest fine possible if I would just plead guilty to this charge. Now, remember, I didn't break the law, and I have video evidence of it. During the court, when I was trying to talk to the witnesses, cross-examining witnesses, both on my side as well as the prosecution, the judge hijacked my questioning, would not allow me to question my witnesses or the prosecution's witnesses. She instead decided to ask them the questions herself, and silenced me pretty much in court. Then when we got to the video evidence being submitted, I won the argument because, of course, the prosecution objected, but I did win the argument, and she turned around and was going to allow me to use this evidence, but then, lo and behold, they didn't have a way of transferring the video over to the TV, and she refused to look at the phone that the original video was on. And at that point, got even louder and more McGruff with me, if you will. I then pretty much stated to the court that I have tried to be as respectful as I could be to the court, but however, she had not. And at that point, she got angry, jumped up, found me guilty, and stormed out, and told me that if I didn't like it, to appeal it. Never advised me of my rights or any of that for the conviction, but, you know, we can move on. Sorry about that. My dog went off. I was then removed from the court, as well as my wife and my two sons, who the judge has separated outside of the courtroom for this entire experience. Was escorted from the court and told to leave. So I immediately went down and filed an appeal with the Common Court of Pleas, and got my appeal date. The reason that there was no follow-up information quickly about this, and all this has actually transpired, is because shortly after this incident that took place in the district court with the judge, what I call affectionately the kangaroo court, I had a massive heart attack. Woke up at 1:30 in the morning, was really sick, you know, all the classic symptoms. My wife called an ambulance, and I crashed on the way to the hospital. They had to restart my heart several times, and I had to have surgery immediately, emergency surgery, and have found out that all my valves in my heart are no good, for lack of better words. And I'm supposed to have open heart surgery, and that may not be a possibility. But this is why I got really stressed out and upset over this whole thing, and I'm doing this self-litigation style pro se, and I should have had an attorney, but I can't afford one. I don't have a lot of money, and I didn't commit this crime. and it's bad. Walmart lied during this hearing as well. I'm not even going to really get into the testimony because the appeal's coming up in 2 days, and I want there to be some surprises. I don't want them to know what's coming. I'm obviously aware that they're watching this site, so I have to be careful. But this is where it is. This is where I stand, and I will notify you guys unless something else medically happens to me immediately about whether or not the conviction was overturned and what the next steps are for me in the legal world. Thanks for watching, and please leave comments, both advice or whatever, thoughts. I was going to give the judge's name and the court and all that, but I've chosen not to do that. I have it right here. I've chosen not to do that because I don't want the courts to try to say that I have weaponized YouTube in any way. So I'm just going to leave that where it is. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will post again soon.